where on the foundation of divine wisdom, all your other law will be built, balancing the entire planet into a single harmony. And then, the entire galactic library will accept you with love, on the shelf his own, into a single your other law will be built, balancing the entire planet into a single harmony. And then, the entire galactic library will accept you with love, on the shelf his own, into a single spiritual universal union. Now a bit of cognitive fairy tale physics. It begins with the fact that it's necessary to rename the word a Tom or I there, and then everything falls into place. The one divine I is in the center of any creation, as an assembly point, from thrones archangels, the subtlest God consciousness, to the entire material world, in which I, atom, indicates that the one divine I is in the center of each atom, and is the center assembly of any creation of all being. And here the words, both in heaven and on the earth, show the divine equanimity of the whole one creation, and the image of the spiritual divine alphabet from the first spirit's first letters on earth is our alphabetic alphabet, whereas the letter I is not the last letter in it. It's the only one that denotes the pure divine I, Nirvana, and in front of her all the children born to her, in the form of the rest of the letters of the entire alphabet, and are assembled into a single consciousness. It follows from this when we practice the unity of our pure I. Then each I of the entire creation of consciousness from divine dimensions to material ones hears us as one I, the one God, and responds to our request as the request of the one God. So the whole divine miracle is accomplished, spirit, consciousness, and matter transforming into the united love of our pure I is shown to our human brain, divine miracles. But when we fall out of the unity of the pure I, everything around becomes alien and doesn't hear our request. Therefore, stay in the unity of the pure I. For you as spiritual practitioners of the oneness, there should be nothing else that is not you. And then you begin to feel yourself in your big single body from the planets to all eternity, since the knowledge and state of the second in your consciousness begin to melt forever, and the power of the second no longer acts on your consciousness, dissolving in your divine love, connected everything that is in the unity of your consciousness, uttering the phrase, all that is, this is I. And then for you as the one I, the world of the divine miracle begins, where everyone, I, atom, ready to come to the aid of the one. Changing molecules are transformed according to the single desire of your pure I. You have power over yourself, the one. This state can be called a God-man, and as a rule, it is used for the spiritual teachings of souls on the planet, helping them in spiritual and physical healing, arriving in the state of the one I. Everything becomes you, and you are immersed in the magical world of the divine miracle. All nature and animals speak to you as your one body, and you transform all of yourself with love into a single fabulous, the world of the one self. Therefore, the tales of antiquity in our consciousness of the divided I are perceived as impossible and fictional children's fairy tales. But for ancient spiritual practitioners, it was an ordinary reality, and who could possess this unity I were called magicians. The rest arrived in the divided I, and the space of the one did not hear them. And this is happening today. Divided for themselves, they choose another magic, by the method of fear of death, and lies they rule each other on the planet. And when they see the one in front of them, they immediately want to kill him, fearing that the one will take away their power and throw them off the earthly throne. Since they have no power over the one, they will not understand that the one loves them as their children. Therefore, learn to be the one, until do not strengthen in this state. Try not to show yourself in any way. Then manifest from your divine invisibility, purifying and harmonizing the planetary reality for the benefit of all souls on the earth, leading the entire planet to an imperceptible but obvious transformation, saturating the entire planet with your love and all living beings living on it. The vibrations of love on the planet will rise, and the entire planetary, not purity in the form of a collective demon, will slowly melt like snow in the sun of your love, purifying, harmonizing the entire planet, for the planet to enter the unified divine family of galactic civilizations, so transforming your soul into a divine one. You are secretly lead behind the whole planet. Chapter 18. God Program. To understand this, we can give a figurative example for those young souls who understand the spiritual teaching in the form of computer programs. Imagine the beginning of the idea of creating the first basic program, whose name God, in the image of the first consciousness. The center of its assembly was the core I Am, around it and on the basis of it, and the entire construction of the initial basic program is attached to it. All subsequent construction programs also have a core I Am, and through it, they connect with each other into the global program space, unified program consciousness. Then the programs improve, creating images for themselves, begin to create a semblance of life, interacting with each other. They get a multidimensional image of self-identification from the thinnest basic learning programs, Think Body Soul, until the creation of a dense image of the program, in which the learning program, Soul, is being trained. This denser program as a simulator is called the physical body. This image of the body is clearly not similar to a pure multidimensional program. At this time, the basic multidimensional program, whose name is God, builds space, creating its new image in the image of the universe, galaxies, planets, and invites you to live on them and in them, your individual program, souls. Now the question is, what does the newborn individual program see on planet Earth when it's born in the form of a person? It probably sees an illusion in the image of the planetary world, because before being born, it itself chooses to connect to this programmatic reality in order to receive another programmatic experience, or, as a young program of the soul, it automatically connected to this programmatic basic planetary illusion. And so a young soul began its game in this software illusion, becoming a software bot whose name is man, not realizing that freedom in all illusion is also illusory. But when a software bot has played enough, decides to find out the truth about itself, it begins to seek knowledge of how to become free from a software prison and injustice in the game, where the bot kills the bot for its gaming purposes, fraudulently leads millions of bots to wars for their sick gaming interests, ready to destroy the entire planetary game, creating an illusory god whose name is Capital, and all this for the sake of one goal, whose name is the power of his ego consciousness over the rest of the bots in the game. And the bot, man, looking at this whole crazy game, begins to have questions. Why is this whole game of the torment and suffering created in front of him? And what are the main goals for him of the bot in this game? Each bot tries to find this question answer himself, and depending on the answer found, he continues the game further. Some bots come to understand that if he wants to have stronger opportunities in the game, expanding them to infinite freedom, changing himself as a player and his games at his own discretion, then for this it's necessary for his bot to become one with the basic program God, and his bot begins to look for a way and software solutions for this main goal. Having found the necessary knowledge and programs, the bot begins to understand that everything that he sees in front of him, even he himself, is translated into his subtle program, core of the soul, by the basic program God, and is read by the body program as the world around him, The body program usually suits everything, but the time comes when this game ceases to suit the subtle program of the soul, and the soul begins to seek freedom and exiting the state of the software bot, and begins to understand that just like that, it is not possible to cancel the broadcast of an illusory reality broadcast directly to his core of the soul by the basic program. Then the software soul bot understands that it's necessary to find an artificial way to cancel the broadcast, and puts itself in a dark place to accustom itself to the bot that is, not to perceive the global broadcast of the illusory world, and for this it's necessary to stop being a player for a while when he tries to do it for the first time. The bot is faced with the problem that the program of the dense body doesn't allow the subtle program of the soul to qualitatively practice the future freedom in unity, starting to create obstacles for it in the form of eternal instantaneous reproduction of viral programs in the body, which leads to illness of the whole body and destruction of the soul program from its goals. Then the program of the soul understands that it must create an antivirus program whose name is love, and it